Here we will see assemblies in .NET. An assembly is a unit of deployment which is a portable executable file that contains a compiled portion of code. It is a package that contains methods, fields, properties, interfaces, images, and a collection of types and references. All these entities exist inside in the form of intermediate language and are converted to a machine language at runtime through common language runtime. The assembly is specially designed for deployment purposes so that the developers or intermediate users can use or reuse them to build their applications as rapidly as possible. A developer can use an already existing assembly to build his application rather than wasting his time on developing custom codes. An assembly is automatically created whenever a developer creates a new window application, web services, or class libraries. Assembly is generated once for an application, and for each subsequent compilation, the assembly gets updated. For example, suppose you have written some methods to do arithmetic calculations. For this, first you create a project and you create all the methods necessary for your application and compile it to create a portable executable file or dynamic link library. That is, you have created a simple assembly file which now can be distributed to different developers. And the purpose of this assembly is to solve arithmetic problems. The Visual Studio IDE makes it easy to create an assembly in .NET. Once you have created a project, you can compile it to create an assembly. You can specify the type of assembly that you want to create, which will determine how the CLR will interact with it. You can also set various assembly attributes such as version information, culture information, and strong naming information. Creating an assembly in .NET allows for easy code reuse and versioning. By creating a single assembly, you can share it across multiple applications and projects, which reduces the amount of duplicate code that you need to write. Additionally, by setting version information and strong naming, the assembly ensures that different versions of the same assembly can coexist on the same machine without conflicts. The role of assembly in .NET Framework is, assemblies are an integral part of the .NET Framework. They provide both reusable code and versioning information, which allows for easy maintenance and updates. The .NET Framework is designed to work with assemblies, and many tools are available to help developers to create, manage, and debug them. They can be created in different programming languages such as C#, VB.NET, or F#. They can also be used to package resources such as images, sounds, and configuration files along with the code. Assemblies can be private, which means they are only accessible to the application that uses them, or shared, which means they can be used by multiple applications. In addition, assemblies can also be signed with a digital certificate, which provides a level of security and trust. Overall, assemblies play a crucial role in the .NET Framework and are essential for building robust and scalable applications. Features of .NET assemblies are: assemblies contains all the information about themselves. They can track version dependencies, security identity, and assembly scope. Assemblies can be installed by copying the files that make up the assembly. Assemblies can be private or open to public. Assemblies are described by the metadata, which is usually generated by language compilers. The CLR uses this metadata to ensure the correct method is called. An assembly's identity is determined by its name, version, and culture, along with a strong name if applicable. Assemblies are the smallest deployment unit of code that can be reused across multiple applications. An assembly is made up of one or more modules, which are .exe or .dll files, that is, executable or dynamic link library files.